Hi, so I'm trying the iPhone video this week in the hope that the sound will be slightly better than my webcam, so fingers crossed. This week the topic was social networking and online communities, and I'm going to talk about the first question for reflection, which was about the competition between Google Plus and Facebook, and whether Google Plus offered much potential for libraries and information organisations. So, Google Plus, I think it's really too early to say as to whether it can compete and, make any inroads into Facebook's share of the social networking market, because it's in such an early developmental stage. I have managed to persevere with it with my profile longer than I did with Google Wave, which I really still don't understand what that was supposed to do, but I did sign up for an account. This morning, thinking about the fact that I would have to reflect on this topic, I did ask the people in my friends circle on Google Plus what they liked better about it than Facebook. The probably common theme in all the responses that I got was Google Plus was far superior in its in the easy privacy settings that it offered, and the way that it, through its circles feature, made it really simple for people to organise their friends and share different things with different groups of people as they saw it was appropriate. That was something that Facebook, until very recently, made very, very difficult, and I know I used to spend ages organising and sort of grading my friends into different groups because I didn't want to make everything public to everybody, which was its sort of default status update feature. But I think Facebook's strength, and this is what any new competing social networking application will find, Facebook's strength is its willingness to try new things and incorporate new things on a daily, weekly and monthly basis, and it's already started to incorporate some of those privacy and organisational features that Google Plus offers. And so in that way, Facebook to me looks like it's fairly untouchable, even though I personally have grown quite tired of it. I think so many people over the last few years have spent so much time investing time and energy and content into Facebook that it's going to be difficult to for any other platform to wrest them away from there. There has been some early backlash also with Google Plus's insistence on its real name policy for people's profiles, and it'll be interesting to see whether they're prepared to be as flexible as and willing to try new things as Facebook has been, because that could be the difference between success and failure. But for me, Facebook's become really sprawling and messy, and when I was using it actively up until the end of last year, I spent most of my time, I found, basically blocking what I considered to be sort of spam in my news feeds, which became quite painful. The problem with Google Plus at the moment, though, in terms of the readings and things that were provided this week, is that it doesn't actually, for me anyway, have the feel of a community. So I don't feel compelled to use or engage with it particularly, because it's not filling any gap that's sitting there in terms of my social media activity or my personal learning network or my online identity. I think it's just replicating what's happening in other places that I'm already doing, so it sort of seems like a bit of a waste of time to maybe tweet something and then go over to Google Plus, and basically I'd be doing the same thing over there with the same people. So I'll be interested to see in how it unfolds. In terms of its potential for library and information organisations, there's definitely potential there, but again, I think the same principle applies there as it does in terms of what I've just described platform, my personal experience, I don't know that it offers anything new in terms of building an online community in comparison to Facebook or any other platform that people would interact with. And so many library and information organisations are already doing those things with other technologies and social media activity that Google Plus would just sort of be an added sort of extra third wheel at the moment. So I think the verdict is still out on Google Plus, but it will be interesting to see if anything can appear in the future which challenges the dominance Facebook has over the social networking.